Hello everyone, Mr. Bell here to talk you through preparing for your assessments in Macbeth and Jekyll and Hyde. You will need to have with you your Jekyll and Hyde workbook or chapter tracker booklet, whatever your teachers call it, your Macbeth knowledge organizer, an A3 sheet that's been given to you, your Macbeth extract and powerful women, your copy of each text, and any practice exam questions. There are loads in your Jekyll and Hyde chapter tracker book, and you will also have access to loads of Macbeth ones as well online. Right, let's look at how you can go about revising for these assessments. But first of all, let's look at what they are. Now, the last week of term is going to be a Macbeth question on one of three questions here, either on ambition, on powerful figures, like Macbeth is a powerful man, Lady Macbeth is a powerful woman, that sort of thing, or the witches is powerful, something like that, or on guilt. It's going to be on one of those questions. You're going to get an extract, but you're going to need to frame an argument using that extract. That will be in a lesson before Christmas. Your first lesson after Christmas, whether it's 11X or 11Y, is a Jekyll and Hyde assessment, and you know that your question is going to be on either repression, good versus evil, or the creation of tension. It'll be one of those three things. So for each task, each text, you can prepare possible answers. Let's look at some great resources we've got for you here. The first one I want to share with you here is something called AudioPie, which is really a collection of short, excellent podcasts about the texts. I'll just come out with a PowerPoint here to show you how AudioPie works. So let's go to our dashboard and we're going to click on the strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde here to give the text its full title. It's whirring round at the moment. It'll get there in a moment. Anyway, when it gets there, I think we've got a bit of internet outage here. When it gets there, it'll take you to loads of possible revision things about that, about the context to it, about chapters, about themes, about all sorts of things. Trust me, it's excellent. So just open up the Macbeth one there, and you can see it does it context. It's got scene by scene. It's got overview of characters. It's got exam questions. It's got absolutely loads of great things for you to listen to. So we really recommend you using AudioPie. We also recommend you using Masalit as well. Masalit's particularly good for challenging the most able. So those of you who are for 7s, 8s, and 9s might want to make the most from Masalit. If I was to click on Masalit, I could go into a lecture now about Macbeth's appeal then and now. And it'll play that. So there are two ways where you can listen to the absolute experts on talking to you about those things. Right, activities you should be getting on with. A knowledge organizer here we've given you for Macbeth. Now, this knowledge organizer has a lot of gaps on it. That's because we've deliberately left it incomplete for you to add things on. For example, if we look at how Macbeth's described there, the top middle, he is the eponymous protagonist. Eponymous means his name's in the title of the play. The eponymous protagonist is both ambitious and ruthless. He transforms from loyal warrior to paranoid tyrannical king. Can you give a really clever, short summary for the other ones as well? I haven't even completed the actual chapter synopsis as well. For example, the summary of Act 1 ends with, they tell Macbeth that he'll become, well, you know what the witches tell Macbeth he'll become, so you finish those off. This will enable you to fully develop those. I will be sharing a completed version of this with you closer to the time. It's not about you proving to your teacher you're doing it. It's about you getting it right, getting yourself ready with the thought processes. So try and complete as much of that as you can. There are also short tasks here to get you to think about Macbeth, the main characters, some of the things about genre, etc. The lights keep going off here. Never mind. And there's an exam question as well. Now, if you were to get a question about Lady Macbeth as a powerful woman, this could be the sort of extract you would get for Lady Macbeth as a powerful woman. You should sit with exam questions and you should plot and plan your answers to them using both the extract, that's the first bullet point, and the play as a whole, that's the second bullet point. You should be considering both aspects of that. There's also some nice visuals things in here, things that are just on the internet, which good work, key adjectives for each character and quotations to describe them. And that's there for Banquo King Duncan and the witches as well. So loads of tools for you there. What can you be doing? Well, you could be making yourself really big concept maps with your theme in the center. So for Jekyll and Hyde, you could have like repression in the center. You could have branches about your ideas about repression. You could listen to podcasts and build it even further. You could go on the internet and get loads of ideas from that as well. You can use you should be using your own study notes. You'll have talked about loads of clever things in class. The most useful time you have is the hour in your English lesson. So use the notes you've made within that time. You will also have here, this is in your chapter tracker booklet for Jekyll and Hyde. It is a completed knowledge organizer for Jekyll and Hyde. Not only does it have a summary of each chapter, it has symbols, quotes, good vocabulary to use, historical context stuff. It's got loads of things to help you revise Jekyll and Hyde in this booklet. We've designed it so it's your one-stop shop for revising Jekyll and Hyde. You've got everything you need in one place. What else can you be doing? You should be making flashcards. So what you do with a flashcard is you create questions on one side and you answer them on the reverse, and you quiz yourself really actively. You could make flashcards for key quotations, words to describe characters, the methods. Maybe it's soliloquy, for example, for Macbeth, or epistolary for Jekyll and Hyde. There's something about themes, something about the context, but think of what's the key information you need to know for studying, being an expert in these texts. Your Jekyll and Hyde booklet also has loads of key quotations in it. Each chapter section not only has its chapter tracker and an exam question, it also has key quotations from each one as well. You could be looking at these and annotating these and linking them with your big thematic ideas and considering which quotations do you want to learn in order to answer the exam questions that are coming up on Jekyll and Hyde. You could do something similar for Macbeth, but making your own key quotations. You should be looking to annotate your text as well. So your text should be really well annotated as it is. Both your copy of Macbeth and your copy of Jekyll and Hyde will probably have loads of great notes in it. So use those and sit there and listen to videos, listen to podcasts, and add your notes to it. Add your notes further to them. There is, of course, exam questions within your chapter tracker booklet for Jekyll and Hyde. Here's one for Chapter 8, The Last Night, the exciting chapter that builds to the climax of the narrative of Jekyll and Hyde. The question about how Stevenson creates tension. Well, maybe it will be that extract for creation of tension because it does fit. You know what else you can do? You can be really creative with it as well. You could make a collage. You could make podcasts. You could make huge webs of connections. You can do things that are really colourful. You can do things, whatever it helps you to make something. You can make a puppet show of Jekyll and Hyde. You can do whatever you want to be interesting and creative and get things to really stick in your memory and your imagination for revising Macbeth and Jekyll and Hyde. Comparison's a good thing to do as well. Now, we're not comparing Jekyll and Hyde and Macbeth. We do this for poetry, but comparing characters is really interesting. You can compare Jekyll and Hyde, obviously, but a more interesting comparison for me is possibly the comparison and contrast between Jekyll and Utterson, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, or Macbeth and Banquo, or Lady Macbeth and Lady Macduff, if looking at aspects of femininity. There is loads of quotation ways to quiz yourself also in your Jekyll and Hyde booklet, so these just need you to fill in some of the blanks as well. And there are thematic clues that go with each one as well. There's picture clues that go with each missing word. There are, of course, your chapter trackers. Are they up to date and do you have everything you need? Okay, we think we've given you here everything you need to be super successful for your Macbeth and Jekyll and Hyde assessments. Let's go back to the beginning and remind ourselves your last week of term is a Macbeth assessment on either ambition or powerful figures or guilt. And your first lesson after Christmas is an assessment on Jekyll and Hyde with possible questions on repression, good versus evil, and creation of tension. Okay, you should have everything you need. I'm going to be emailing you regularly with loads of links to share things with you. Good luck, everyone. You are brilliant. Work hard and you'll be tremendous. See you later. Bye-bye.